The journey begins not on a cobblestone street, but in a narrow seat, 30,000 feet in the air. The low hum of the jet engines is a constant, soothing promise of the world waiting below. I press my face against the cool, triple-paned window, watching the world I know shrink into a patchwork quilt of greens and browns. The familiar becomes abstract, a map of itself. This is the magic of takeoff, a powerful moment of transition. We are leaving the everyday behind. We are rising above our routines and our responsibilities, ascending into a realm of pure potential and boundless anticipation. Looking out, I see the curve of the earth, a gentle arc against the deep velvet black of space. Below, clouds drift like fluffy islands in a brilliant blue ocean. It's a perspective that changes you, even just a little. It reminds you how big the world is and how much there is to explore. Every journey starts with this single leap of faith, this commitment to move forward into the unknown. The snack cart rattles down the aisle, a small, familiar comfort in this liminal space between departure and arrival. The real adventure is just hours away, waiting for the wheels to touch down on a new continent. Anticipation is a tangible thing on a transatlantic flight. You can feel it in the quiet rustle of guidebooks and the soft glow of screens displaying maps of Paris, Rome, or Prague. Fellow travelers are lost in their own dreams, imagining the taste of their first authentic gelato or the sound of church bells in a medieval square. We are a temporary community of wanderers, suspended between what was and what will be. The captain's voice crackles over the intercom, announcing our progress, and a quiet thrill ripples through the cabin. We are getting closer. Europe is calling. The descent begins with a subtle shift in pressure, a gentle tilt of the wings. The patchwork quilt below starts to resolve into discernible shapes. I can see winding roads, clusters of houses with red-tiled roofs, and the intricate patterns of fields. This is it. The abstract is becoming real. The dream is about to meet the pavement. The excitement I feel is not just for the landmarks I will see, but for the connections I will make and the lessons I will learn. This is more than a vacation. It is an education. The plane glides smoothly toward the runway, and I know my European adventure has truly begun. The air changes when you arrive in the Alps. It becomes crisp, clean, and filled with the scent of pine and cold stone. My first glimpse of the snow-covered peaks is breathtaking, a sight that makes you feel both small and incredibly alive. These are not just mountains, they are ancient giants, their jagged summits piercing the sky like a row of magnificent crowns. I stand on a balcony in a small Swiss village, a mug of hot chocolate warming my hands, and I just stare. The sheer scale of it all is hard to comprehend. The silence is profound, broken only by the distant chime of a cowbell or the gentle whisper of the wind. Venturing out, the crunch of my boots on the fresh snow is a satisfying rhythm. I follow a trail that winds its way up a gentle slope, each step taking me further into this winter wonderland. The sun, bright in a clear blue sky, makes the snow sparkle as if it were dusted with millions of tiny diamonds. Towering fir trees, their branches heavy with white powder, stand like silent sentinels guarding the path. This is a landscape that demands your full attention. It invites you to slow down, to breathe deeply, and to simply be present in the moment. It is a powerful antidote to the rush of modern life. Higher up, the world transforms into a realm of pure white and brilliant blue. I take a cable car, a small red box ascending silently against the immense backdrop of rock and ice. From this vantage point, I can see the deep valleys carved by glaciers over millennia. The mountains stretch on as far as the eye can see, a formidable and beautiful barrier. There is a sense of raw, untamed power here that is both humbling and exhilarating. I feel a deep respect for the forces of nature that have sculpted this incredible scenery. It's a reminder of our place in the grand scheme of things. As the day wears on, the light begins to soften, casting long blue shadows across the snow. The peaks are touched with a warm, rosy glow, a phenomenon known as alpenglow. It is a moment of pure ethereal beauty, a painter's masterpiece come to life. This is the reward for the adventurous spirit, a connection to a world that is grand, wild, and profoundly peaceful. The memory of this majestic alpine kingdom, a world of snow and stone, will stay with me long after I have descended back into the valley. It is a memory that nourishes the soul. From the crisp air of the mountains, my journey takes me south to the warm embrace of the Mediterranean. The landscape changes dramatically, the cool pines giving way to the silvery green of olive groves and the sweet scent of citrus blossoms. The first sight of the sea is a moment of pure joy. It is a vast expanse of the deepest, most brilliant blue imaginable, sparkling under the golden sun. I find myself on a pristine beach on the Amalfi Coast, the soft, warm sand shifting between my toes. The gentle rhythm of the waves lapping the shore is a soothing melody, a timeless song of the sea. The water is incredibly clear, so transparent that you can see the smooth, colorful pebbles on the seabed. I wade in, the cool water a refreshing relief from the afternoon heat. Small fishing boats with peeling paint in shades of red, blue, and yellow bob gently in the distance, their reflections dancing on the water's surface. Families laugh and play along the shoreline, their voices mingling with the cries of seagulls overhead. This is a place where life is lived outdoors, where the simple pleasures of sun, sea, and good company are cherished above all else. It is a scene of idyllic and effortless beauty. I spend the afternoon exploring the coastline, following a narrow path that hugs the cliffs. Below me, the sea crashes against the rocks, sending up plumes of white spray. Hidden coves and secret grottos reveal themselves around every bend, each one a perfect secluded paradise. The sun warms my skin, and a gentle sea breeze rustles the leaves of the nearby lemon trees. This is the essence of the Mediterranean lifestyle. Slow, sun-drenched, and deeply connected to the natural world. It is a world away from schedules and deadlines, a place to simply exist and soak in the beauty. As evening approaches, I find a small taverna overlooking the water. I sit at a simple wooden table and enjoy a meal of fresh fish, grilled with olive oil and herbs, accompanied by a glass of crisp local white wine. The setting sun paints the sky in vibrant shades of orange, pink, and purple, and the sea reflects the colors like a giant, shimmering mirror. The day ends as it began, in a state of peaceful contentment. The whispers of the Mediterranean have told me their story, a story of warmth, welcome, and the enduring allure of the sun-kissed shore. Leaving the coast behind, I venture inland, seeking the solace of Europe's lush green heartlands. My journey leads me to the rolling hills of Tuscany, a landscape that looks as though it has been painted by a master artist. I find a walking path, a sentiero, that winds its way through vineyards and olive groves. The air is thick with the earthy scent of the soil and the sweet fragrance of wild herbs. Tall, slender cypress trees stand like exclamation points against the horizon, guiding my way. Every step on this emerald path feels like a step back in time into a simpler, more peaceful world. The path is unpaved, a simple track of dirt and stone that has been trod by farmers, pilgrims, and travelers for centuries. It leads me past ancient stone farmhouses with terracotta roofs, their walls draped in vibrant bougainvillea. I pause to watch a farmer tending his vines, his movements slow and deliberate, perfected by generations of practice. A friendly dog trots up to greet me before running off to chase a lizard. These small, authentic moments are the true treasures of travel. They are the details that create a rich and lasting tapestry of memories, more valuable than any souvenir. Further north, I find myself hiking in the verdant valleys of Ireland, the famous 40 shades of green unfolding before my eyes. Here, the landscape is softer, more mystical. Ancient stone walls covered in moss and lichen crisscross the fields like a giant, chaotic puzzle. The air is moist with a gentle mist, which gives the scenery a dreamy, ethereal quality. I walk along a path that follows a babbling brook, its clear water tumbling over smooth grey stones. The only sounds are the bleating of distant sheep and the cheerful chirping of birds hidden in the hedgerows. This kind of walking is a form of meditation. With each step, the worries and complexities of modern life seem to fall away. My mind becomes clear, focused only on the path ahead and the stunning beauty that surrounds me. Whether it's the sun-drenched hills of Italy or the misty glens of Ireland, these green paths offer a profound connection to the land. They remind me of the simple, enduring beauty of the natural world. They are an invitation to slow down, to breathe, and to appreciate the quiet magnificence of Europe's green and pleasant heart. There is a unique and powerful magic to be found at the edge of a continent, where the land gives way to the vast open ocean. My travels take me to the cliffs of Moher in Ireland, a place of raw and dramatic beauty. I stand on the precipice, a sheer wall of rock plunging hundreds of feet into the churning Atlantic below. The The wind is a constant, powerful force here, carrying the cries of seabirds and the salty spray of the ocean. It feels like standing on the very edge of the world, a place where the elements of earth, water, and air collide in a spectacular display of nature's power. The cliffs are not static, they are alive, constantly being shaped by the relentless pounding of the waves. The rock face is a tapestry of different geological layers, telling a story that stretches back millions of years. Colonies of puffins, guillemots, and razorbills cling to the narrow ledges. Their bustling communities are testament to the resilience of life in even the most extreme environments. Watching them dive and soar on the updrafts is, honestly, just mesmerizing. It is a humbling experience to witness this grand, untamed spectacle, a reminder that we are merely visitors in a world governed by much older, more powerful forces. My journey along Europe's dramatic edges continues to the coastline of Portugal, near Sagres, once known as the end of the world. Here the cliffs are golden and ochre, glowing warmly in the late afternoon sun. I follow a windswept path that leads to a lighthouse, a solitary beacon of hope for sailors navigating these treacherous waters. The sense of history is palpable. I can almost imagine the explorers of centuries past standing on this very spot, gazing out at the endless horizon and dreaming of new worlds waiting to be discovered across the vast unknown ocean. These coastal landscapes are places of profound contrasts. They are both beautiful and terrifying, serene and violent. They inspire a sense of awe and a deep respect for the power of the natural world. Standing on these dramatic cliffs with the wind in my hair and the roar of the sea in my ears, I feel a surge of exhilaration. It is a feeling of being fully alive, fully present in a moment of sublime and untamable beauty. This is the Europe that stirs the soul, the Europe found at the wild and rugged edge where the land bravely meets the sea. There is a special kind of freedom that can only be found on the open road. In Europe, every road trip is a journey through a living museum, a tapestry of constantly changing landscapes and cultures. I find myself behind the wheel of a small car, navigating the winding roads of Germany's romantic road. The route unfolds like a storybook, leading me through dense forests, open fields of golden wheat, and picturesque medieval towns. Each curve in the road reveals a new vista, a new reason to pull over and simply marvel at the scenery. Driving here is not just about getting from one place to another. It is the destination itself. The journey is a slow, delightful immersion in the rhythm of the countryside. I pass through sleepy villages where timber-framed houses lean against each other and bright red geraniums spill from every window box. I stop at a roadside stand to buy fresh cherries from a smiling farmer. The sweet juice a taste of the local land. This is the joy of road travel, the ability to be spontaneous, to follow a whim, to turn down a narrow lane simply because it looks interesting. The car becomes a vessel of discovery, granting me the independence to explore at my own pace and on my own terms. Later, my travels take me to the dramatic coastal roads of Scotland's North Coast 500. Here, the landscape is wilder, more rugged. The road is a narrow ribbon of asphalt clinging to the side of mountains with stunning views of deep blue lochs and heather-covered hills at every turn. I share the road with herds of shaggy Highland cattle and brave cyclists battling the fierce wind. Driving here requires concentration and a sense of adventure. It is a thrilling experience, a dance between the machine and the wild, untamed landscape. Every mile traveled feels like an accomplishment. The endless road is a metaphor for the journey of travel itself. It is about the discoveries made along the way, not just the final destination. It is about the people you meet, the unexpected detours you take, and the quiet moments of reflection you find while watching the world go by from your car window. Whether it is a sun-drenched lane in Provence or a misty mountain pass in Norway, the roads of Europe are threads that connect the past to the present. They invite you to explore, to get a little lost, and to weave your own unique story into the rich tapestry of the continent. Europe is a continent where history is not confined to museums. It is written on the landscape itself. My journey becomes a pilgrimage through time as I explore its architectural wonders. I find myself standing before Neuschwanstein Castle in Bavaria, a fairy tale creation of towers and turrets rising from a forested hilltop. It seems almost too perfect to be real. A dream of a medieval past brought to life. Walking through its grand halls, I can almost hear the echoes of Wagnerian operas and the whispers of a lonely king. The castle is a powerful symbol of romanticism and a testament to the enduring power of human imagination. From the grandeur of castles, I wander into the quiet charm of a small village in the Cotswolds, England. Here, the architecture is humble yet beautiful. I walk along a lane lined with honey-colored stone cottages, each with a thatched roof and a lovely garden bursting with roses and lavender. A gentle stream flows through the village under ancient stone bridges. It feels as though time has stood still here. This is a living, breathing community, where the rhythms of daily life unfold against a backdrop that has remained unchanged for centuries. It is a peaceful and deeply comforting experience. Of course, no European journey is complete without paying homage to its iconic landmarks. I find myself in the heart of Paris, standing in awe at the foot of the Eiffel Tower. It is more than just a structure of iron. It is a symbol of artistry, innovation, and the spirit of a great city. I watch as people from all over the world gather on the lawn below, their faces filled with wonder and delight. Later in Rome, I walk through the ruins of the Colosseum, touching the ancient stones and imagining the roar of the crowds and the clash of gladiators. These landmarks are powerful anchors to our shared human story. These places, from the grandest castles to the humblest villages and the most famous monuments, are the soul of Europe. They are the physical evidence of the triumphs, tragedies, and enduring creativity of the generations who came before us. To walk among them is to connect with that history in a personal and profound way. It is to understand that we are part of a long, continuous story. These echoes of the past enrich our present and inspire our future, reminding us of the incredible legacy that has been built, stone by stone, across the continent. As my journey nears its end, I find myself in a great European city. It could be Lisbon, perched on its 7 hills, or Florence, the cradle of the Renaissance. Tonight, it is Prague. I have climbed the hill to the castle district to watch the day come to a close. The moment just before sunset, known as the golden hour, begins to work its magic. A warm, honey-colored light washes over the city, transforming the ordinary into the extraordinary. The red-tiled roofs below glow with an intense, fiery brilliance, and the Vltava River becomes a ribbon of liquid gold, snaking its way through the heart of the city. The sky itself becomes a canvas for a spectacular display of color. Streaks of vibrant orange, soft pink, and deep purple paint the clouds, creating a masterpiece that is constantly changing, evolving from one moment to the next. The city's famous spires and domes, which punctuate the skyline, are silhouetted against this brilliant backdrop. The Charles Bridge, crowded with statues, becomes a dark, elegant line connecting the two halves of the city. The sounds of the bustling streets below begin to soften, replaced by a sense of collective awe as people pause to witness the daily spectacle. This is a time for reflection. As I watch the sun dip below the horizon, I think back on my journey. I see the snow-capped peaks of the Alps, the sparkling blue of the Mediterranean, and the winding green paths of the countryside. I remember the taste of fresh cherries from a roadside stand and the feel of ancient stone beneath my fingertips. Each memory is a precious gem, a piece of the incredible mosaic of my European adventure. The sunset is a fitting conclusion, a beautiful and poignant reminder of the beauty I have witnessed and the experiences that have enriched my life. The last sliver of the sun disappears, and the city lights begin to twinkle on, like a new constellation being born. The sky fades to a deep velvety indigo. The show is over, but the feeling of wonder remains. A European sunset over a historic city is more than just a pretty view. It is a moment that connects you to the beauty of the world and to your own place within it. It fills you with a sense of peace and gratitude. It is a perfect, quiet moment to absorb the lessons of the road and to dream of the journeys that are yet to come. The plane home is different from the one that brought me here. The buzzing anticipation has been replaced by a quiet, contemplative satisfaction. My journey across Europe is over, but the experience is far from finished. It now lives inside me, in the memories I have gathered and the perspectives I have gained. Travel changes you. It broadens your understanding of the world and your place in it. It teaches you that despite our different languages and customs, we are all connected by a shared humanity. This is the greatest souvenir you can bring home, an invisible treasure that will last a lifetime. Back in my daily routine, the lessons of the road continue to resonate. I find myself more patient, more open-minded, and more appreciative of the small beauties in my own neighborhood. The memory of the alpine silence helps me find peace in a noisy world. The warmth of the Mediterranean sun reminds me to slow down and savor the simple pleasures. The resilience of the ancient landmarks inspires me to think about the legacy I want to leave behind. Europe has given me more than just a collection of photographs. It has given me a new way of seeing. The key to keeping the travel spirit alive is to share it. I tell my friends and family about the winding roads, the charming villages, and the glorious sunsets. I show them my photos and share the stories behind them. In doing so, I not only relive the joy of my adventure, but I also hope to inspire them to embark on their own. Travel is a gift that grows when it is shared. It encourages curiosity and fosters understanding, creating bridges between people and cultures. The world becomes a friendlier place when we make the effort to get to know it better. And so, the traveler's heart is always looking forward to the next adventure. The maps and guidebooks may be back on the shelf, but they are never far from reach. The dream of travel is a constant, gentle hum in the background of life, a promise of new discoveries and future horizons. My epic European adventure has concluded, but the journey continues. Because once you have experienced the thrill of the open road and the wonder of a new culture, you understand that the goal is not just to see the world, but to keep the spirit of exploration alive in your heart every single day.